long time.
9 minutes. 9 minutes.
The utter pleasure of doing this is not having an evaluation of me, which is fantastic because I'm going to tell you, President is so fantastic and modest, what can you say? There's a lot to improve and we should have started on time, there's no question about it. I'd like to thank you all for speaking and for giving evaluations. And it's a pleasure to be asked here as a guest. Sina and Tony, Sina, thank you so much. You saw how well every time we come, Sina is here early, preparing, getting it all ready. We take it for granted. But can we just give her a big hand? Tony, depending on how the videos come out, thank you. Tony came out here as our timekeeper. Have you noticed his little notes? Aren't they impressive? He's very humorous. He's now relaxed, as I was telling him in the interval. He's really relaxed into being him. It makes such a difference when you are feeling capable and you are so used to speaking that you become you and you can put things over the way you really want to. Tony, you've reached that now. I thought it was humorous. You had a little key into everybody's timings. I love the quotes. When it came to your minute, which I thought was lovely, but I would have loved you actually to have spoken for a minute. And I think some of us would have had a better idea of sort of time given somebody speaking in front of us. But that's just the way I felt about it. But thank you, and I'm going to take some of those quotes home. By the way, he listens very carefully to what's said because he always relates to it just afterwards. Very key. Peter. Where can I start? Peter's larger than life. He takes and commands the stage. A little bit, it reminds me of a school teacher. A little bit is a bit of the preaching, and you all do this now, but he does it in such a nice way. What can I say? Just smack me afterwards. He can, yes. But I must say, he makes the job look easy, and it's far from easy. So, thank you very much, Peter. Steffi, and this is not necessarily about Steffi, introduced Jo. Wasn't she enthusiastic, knowledgeable? She knew what she was going to say. And it was so nice to hear somebody that had done their homework. She gave examples of recommendations, and she concluded well. She was gentle but solid. I'd have loved a little more centering, but I said it's just such fun, and you feel that there's truth and honesty in what she says. Thank you, Steffi. Seema on Denise. Well, you know, what can I say about Seema? She's nearly finishing her term of office, so I'll be a bit truthful here. Actually, very fluid. Doesn't she take the stage well? Doesn't she demand your listen to me, I'm here, very quietly, stands very quietly there, very fluid. And she made Denise feel very secure, I think, but that was my opinion. And she asked us to sing, and especially Denise, and I understood what you were getting to, and I thought, what a clever idea of saying to Denise, you reflect what your subject is, and it was a lovely way of doing it. Intelligent, no notes, and quite a few now, people stand and give evaluations with no notes. It is actually fantastic. It's the way this club has grown. It's marvellous. Very clear. My recommendation was that when you recommend to Denise. You recommend it to us all. And I thought, when you recommend, it's personal to Denise. The commendations are to us all, we can all learn. But here, Denise, and it's less embarrassing to make it seem as, look, you're all going to know, which I'd have loved. But really, thank you. And your eye contact's fantastic. Mike did his homework. He knew what he wanted to say, he knew what he wanted of us. By God, he finds a way of giving it. I'm not sure, Mike, about getting people to stand. Being a sensitive little soul, I wouldn't have liked it. I felt I could understand what you're getting to, and it was nice the way it was ended, but I feel it's actually something to take people aside afterwards. And I'd loved a bit more positive. You did do some, but at the beginning you were saying what you were going to look out for in a negative way, and I'd liked a lot more of saying, I'm going to see the good language that you're going to. But Mike, as ever, has got a gentle way of hitting you over the head. It's really a very nice way of doing it. David, a sinner. That's an example of how preparing for table topics. Why how preparing by table?
That's not what you did.
No, you didn't. You were doing a sinner, weren't you? Oh, I know, sorry. What I meant to say is, because it was sort of last minute, he had a magnificent way, by knowing table topics, he could just do things by the seat of his pants and look as if he actually knew what he was doing. Speaking off the cuff again, no notes. Gave recommendations direct to Sina, which I think was really valuable. Explained the structure and the value of what he said. And again, it's so important not only to say what's going to be done, but how to do it. It's no good without the how, because we're all sat here thinking, yes, I know what I should do, please show me how to do it. Martin, on Nike, how do you prefer your name pronounced? Because we all did a different Nike. Martin on Nike. Clearly introduced, gave timings, and explanation of the objectives, and again, you didn't use notes, did you? No, it's marvellous, thank you. And I like where he said, I look forward to hearing Nike speak, so he gave a good introduction. May I suggest you put your jumper down before you stand up? There are a lot of this around, and especially when I teach students, you ask them to speak and they come up from the back of the room, they stand up, they're doing this as they walk up, thinking that nobody's going to notice. But fun, they're fun, and said that she fulfilled the criteria, and you're experienced enough, and if I may say it tonight, you hear there's a squeaky board, move! Really, because I was sat there being, I'm going to say move, as I should. I just did it to show you a point. And gave very clear recommendations. I'll move swiftly on. We're nearly there. Ade. What do you think my first recommendation to Ade is?
Put the pen down.
Yes! Put the pen down! Put the pen down! So, please, a polite please to you, even though it's such a lovely evaluation. You know, if there's a prop around, we prop ourselves down, so it even comes down to pens. Do put it down. Thank you very much. Your one-sided, fun introduction, not easy topics. You gave lovely introductions. Your voice, again, is a bit fast, so sometimes you lost what you said. But I love the way you introduced people. You made them feel at ease. Thank you for that. Hemel. Isn't it nice that Hemel is back? Lovely evaluation. May I recommend you look at, but there's nothing on the back. Because as soon as you have writing on the back, everybody spends their time looking at the writing on the back. Stood still. Very sound recommendations, weren't there? And he related to his own foibles. So it's not only do you do that, but I do it too. And it made you think, oh, isn't that nice? So it was fun. And I thought, what a lovely evaluator. Really lovely. To end with, it was a lovely evening, thank you all. And I want to end with a quote from George Bernard Shaw. The problem with communication is the illusion that it's been accomplished. I don't know if I've done that, but thank you all the same.